Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. We were in church on Sunday, and the hymn was being played beautifully, and it was during communion. Were you there? And so I was like, oh, yeah. My friend was next to me, and she's like, oh, yeah. And so we started, were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, and then the song did something different. Oh, sometimes we were like, what? We were like, what? And we looked at the music and it was like, this doing something different. And it kind of threw us off because we're accustomed to, oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? She's looking at me like, what? And I held up the hymnal and I pointed to it and I said, it says Negro spiritual. In other words, the way we sing it is the way it's sung. Here's the thing. Sometimes it causes me to wonder. Sometimes things take different forms in different hands in different ways. I go to a church where there's a big, beautiful stained glass window that's well over 100 years old. And in the daylight, it looks like Jesus is white. At night, he's black because the sun's not shining through it. And actually, they did a restoration of it, and we saw the panels when they were out. And there's 4 panels, and all of them were brown. Anyway, I understand people making something to look like them or sound like the way they sing it for their culture. It doesn't change Negro spiritual. It doesn't change that. And I think sometimes our battle, our conflict with one another culturally, gender wise, identity wise, is that we need things to reflect us for it to be real to us. There is a point where you step outside of that and say, all of this stuff that we're talking about requires belief. It requires that we suspend what we know or suspend the need to be accurate and have evidence of and step into what we do not know. I was having coffee yesterday with some friends, and the people behind me were discussing the factual, literal Bible. And the man in front of us was looking at us as we were having our conversation. And we were talking about Bart Ehrman, who is a historian who was Episcopalian and then evangelical, and now what he describes as atheist agnostic. And his book, Misquoting Jesus, and how we have made up so many things that have no fact at all. And none of it changes anything for me. Whether you hold that note, oh, or if you just bring it right down, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? That question by Negro spiritualist is not, were you physically there, but do you understand the depths of this? And I know from living this life, yes, I love you. And don't let your cultural understanding of a human creation get in the way of a God that's bigger than all of us. I love you.